into game number 4 as the scoreboard displays. Game number 4 between Team Kessel and the Killer Pikachus. Team Kessel leads 2-1 for Killer Pikachus. Unfortunately, game number 3 would be a forfeit as Killer Pikachu's Void takes the win over Team Kessel's Ricky. So we'll head into our first Platinum match of the day, and spawning down here, or not down here, I guess, over in the left-hand position on GSL Metropolis, he comes in with a 2-2 match record and a 3-4 match score. It is Touche. And spawning in the right-hand position, the yellow pieces paying for the Pikachu. He comes in with a 1-3 set record and a 2-5 map score, I believe. I hope I'm not just pulling numbers out of my ass right now. That would be embarrassing. In the yellow color, he's the team captain for the Killer Pikachus. It is Zefreak. I have no idea if this is the right map or not. It's a little bit late at this point anyway. So, we're going to see a game on Metropolis, whether we wanted it or not. Zefreak versus Touche, a PvT on Metropolis. Metropolis is one of the longer maps that can actually stand for Terran. It's the best map for Terran. I'm a little bit opinionated about this CTL map pool. Probably about 7 of the 9 maps favor Zerg over any other race. Regardless, we see Zefreak, going to go for a very quick wall in just to deny that scout. We see, of course, no gas geyser. So this is going to be very standard 1 Rex, gasless, fast expand, as every Terran seems to do in CTL. Except me. Anyway. And we see Touche going to go. Gateway, he's got 1 gas. Everything looks very, very normal for our 2 players. Again, this is Platinum League. This is the highest league in CTL. I believe we have 1 Masters player, maybe 2. I think it's just 1 right now. And a couple of diamonds have all filtered through, which is very, very exciting. Of course, the goal of Chobo Team League, the stated goal, is to get all the Chobos into Diamond. And doing fairly successfully. This is season number 2, so we can't rush things. We see Zefreak has sent a pair of SCVs to build this command center. Looks like this one is going to start building a bunker at the front, just to make sure that he's safe. So it's like very standard build order. Zefreak looks like he cut SCV production a little bit there to try and get out this command center, but not too heinous of a crime. Again, Zefreak actually hasn't scouted his opponent quite yet, so he could have a 4-gate incoming. Might as well play safe, get that bunker up. Touche is going for a very quick 2nd gas, so this looks like 1 base play from him, which is something we haven't actually seen a whole recently in CTL games. The sentry going to come in here. He's trying to make sure that his opponent can't see that 2nd gas. This is the important bit of information. He sees 1. He sees 2. Very nicely done by Zefreak. Touche going to pick up that kill on the SCV. And is this going to actually be a little bit of a mind game? Touche going to expand. Yeah! I like this a lot. A little bit of mind gaming coming up from Touche, showing the double gas. He even kind of saw the sentry pull off to make sure that SCV was able to see it. And then he throws down the Nexus. Perfect. Well done by Touche. We'll see if Zefreak overreacts to this or not. It looks like he feels fairly safe with just the 1 bunker. So, the mind gaming not really paying off, it looks like. 1 gas down for Zefreak. Usually you'll see the double gas follow up. So, this might be... He may throw down another... Okay, that's what he's going to do. He's cutting out some of his tech right now to throw down a couple of extra bunkers, so he is going to overreact to the 2nd gas. So job well done by Touche. He forces out 2 more bunkers out of his opponent, and actually delays his tech a little bit. So nicely done. Zefreak going to add on that tech lab is going to be his first little bit of tech. Of course, the factory is going to be very, very late, just off this 1 refinery. We may even see Zefreak just get stim and go for an attack, if he doesn't see anything coming. Or get combat shields first, because those are very good on defense. So we'll see exactly where Zefreak wants to go. But right now he's assuming that his opponent's doing some sort of 1 base push. Just seeing that double gas geyser is going to be that real key for him. Shane now adding on some tech, and we see he's just going to power things out. He's pretty convinced that he's fooled his opponent. He's getting a lot of sentries just to be safe, getting that robotics facility, but this is kind of the key bit. TKP going for the double forge, and going to power upgrades, and he's going to be way ahead in that. His tech is just way ahead. Zefreak now adding on finally his second gas geyser, which means we'll probably see that factory before long, and Zefreak is going to add on stim. So we'll see if one stim finishes. If he does, just kind of do a soft poke across it. As we see right now, Touche going to be actually kind of weak to that. He's got only sentries and zealots. And while this combo does work well together, they also can really hurt each other. It really relies on those force fields. And there's the scan. He might know that he's been jobbed right now, seeing all these sentries. That's where all that gas is going. It's got to be going somewhere. Sentries. So now Zefreak probably a little bit angry at himself. He's adding on his engineering bay and adding on 2 reactors. Yeah, immediately starting to try and power up. He's going to try to catch back up. We may even see him take a quick 3rd base, just kind of judging by his minerals. And this, I'm actually really happy about this. I'm noticing in games, and these players reacting very well to each other. Really nice. This is a pretty high level Platinum League game right now. Zefreak is going to add on that 3rd command center. I'm such a genius. Wow. Wow, I'm awesome. Alright. +1 being added on from Zefreak. Of course, he's going to be pretty significantly behind his opponent's upgrade. We see the 1-1 already on the way for Touche, where just the +1 weapons on the way, and of course with Chrono Boost, the Protoss can stay infinitely ahead if he focuses on those upgrades. Twilight also being added on by Touche, and right now I'm not sure whose position I really like better. Both players kind of have spotted out each other's mind games. Now the onus is really on Touche to realize that is going to be in this 3rd. And that's going to be the next important bit of information. We may see Zefreak do a little bit of a push here, trying to line up with +1. He's got a couple of Marauders out, and he should have 2 medevacs this time as well. And that could be a nice little timing we could hit. Again, Touche is still really powering out upgrades. He's sitting on Sentry Zealot right now, and he is adding on Charge very quickly. And again, Touche in a very StarTale parting-esque style, making a lot of observers. Looks like he's got 4 right now, but just making sure he's got really good vision over what his opponent's doing. But of course, he still hasn't scouted his opponent's 3rd command center, so he's really missing the one bit of scouting information that he needs. And we see Zefreak's macro is starting to kick in. Touche definitely has the better tech, but the better macro right now going to Zefreak. If he powers out maybe 4, it looks like he's going to move out. It'll probably be 2 medevacs along with the army. And this will be a really nice timing for him. He'll hit with Combat Shield, he'll hit with +1. Again, he's going to be behind in upgrades. His opponent has 1 start 2, +2 weapons. He may, right before charge, that would be an important upgrade to hit before. But there's no splash damage out right now. We did see the Templar Archive. No, we didn't. We saw the Robotics Bay. Oh, there is the Templar Archives. So he's got both forms of that splash damage, but he doesn't have either yet. And that's really important. And this push could hit him very hard if he's not careful about it. Look at that Combat Shield, 8 seconds away from finishing. This is a really nice timing by Zefreak. He's headed down to the 3rd. Doesn't see the 3rd base there. He may back off now, seeing that it's not there, and knowing that he's ahead economically, or he could go through the rocks. There's nothing spotting this, and he has to be careful not to get stuck at this choke point now. Sentry's very good in narrow choke points. There's one here at the front, there's one here in the back. Oh, and he's using the factory. This could be... Oh, is going to be the dreaded retard magnet. He's drawing the center fire. He's drawing the arc as well. In come the units, the stim up. He kills a couple of zealots very quickly. Oh, that's going to supply block Touche. That's gigantic. They're nice force fields. He cuts off part of the bio from each other, but again, all the zealots can't really engage at one time. They're all trying to run around. There's really too many units left. These are more nice fields. Free just has so much. 2 more medevacs coming in, even very clutch. Probes have to be pulled by Touche, and the supply falling rapidly. He's down to just a couple of sentries, and it looks like Zefreak just outright won with this push. And I have to say, this is a very high-level Platinum game that we've seen. Both players have done well. Look at the patrol micro here from Zefreak, just making sure Touche has left in the game, trying to get out this Colossus doesn't have range, but a Colossus by itself can do wonders. Zefreak going to focus, going to take down that Templar Archives, really worried about that, and going to limit the options of his opponent. So going to take down a couple more of these pylons as well, just do whatever damage he can. Is he actually going to stim out? He sees the Colossus, can he target it down? Not quite yet, but he's going to head up into the main. Well, will he target down first? It looks like a pylon. He needs to start stutter stepping away from these zealots. It looks like he will lose this force, unfortunately. But he's secured himself such an advantage with this push. Doesn't need to spin him away. They to take care of these medevacs. But yeah, going to meet up with some of these reinforcements and just head home. We see he got a little bit distracted during this high mineral count right now. He could add on a couple more barracks and really rectify that. Looks like he didn't have his rally point set either. Oh. But now starting to gather up by the watchtower, he can grab a bunch of these units out of his main and just kind of set up his next push. He needs to be able to deal with his own Colossus. There's already 2 of them out. Again, they don't have range, so not as deadly as they could be. But Touche just in such a bad spot right now. 22 pros to 69 SCVs. That's not the right button. What is it? It's been so long. There it is. 20 workers killed to 1. And Touche actually moving out. He's going to head to the watchtower. Maybe thinking this all-in with his 2 Colossus is going to be his only chance. He might be right, but this isn't going to work at all. Force fields at the watchtower. He does cut the army in half pretty nicely, but these Colossus are going to go down, and Touche actually just leaves the game. No GG, nothing like that. Congratulations to Zefreak. He played such a good game, especially somebody who's been struggling a little bit in this league, and knowing him, talking to him a little bit in the captain's chat. Really good to see him have a little bit of success. This was a really great game. Both players kind of one-upping each other's bluffs. Touche showing the double gas, kind of like one base play, I'm doing it, bro. And then he takes the Nexus, he throws out his double forges, and starts powering out. Zefreak, meanwhile, overreacts to it, builds a couple of bunkers, but then once he scouts his opponent powering up, he says, I'm going to do the 3rd command center. He does that. He starts powering up, and it looks like, and he just kind of caught Touche tagging way too hard, going for that sweet mix of Colossus as well as Templar, but couldn't get either one of them out ultimately, and it cost him the game. Congratulations to Zefreak. We're tied up at 2-2. We'll hit into silver set number 2 right after this game, number 5, between Team Kessel and the Killer Pikachus. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Chobo Team League, casted by Aristomatic.